to BizTech's Investor Conversation Show. Hi, I'm Brian Fernandez, and today our show revolves around financial planning and retirement in Malaysia. Now, our guest today is Andy Ng. He's the president of the Malaysian Financial Planning Council, also known as MFPC by its acronym. Now, the Malaysian Financial Planning Council is an independent body set up with the noble objective of promoting nationwide development and enhancement of the financial planning profession. Now, to give us insights into MPFC and some key industry trends, we'd like to welcome to the show Andy. Andy, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you for having me and now also MPFC on the show. Thank you so much.
Now, Andy, for a start, could you please give us an overview of the Malaysian Financial Planning Council, its history and its mission?
Yeah, right. Thank you. Absolutely no problem. In short, it's called MFPC. It's a bit mouthful. Malaysian Financial Planning Council. It was established about 20 years back, 2004, under the sponsorship of Bank Negara Malaysia. It was an idea that was initiated by the former governor, Tan Sri Dr. Zeti, then to have a kind of local Malaysian financial planning certifications for all of us here in Malaysia here. There was then, and for us, is that 20 years past, we are proud to say that we have two professional education certification right now. One is RRP, Registered Financial Planner, and another is SHARA, Registered Financial Planner, SRP in short. So these are the two professional educations that we promote to the financial practitioner in Malaysia. The key objective is basically to promote financial professionalism among the practitioners, and of course that ensuring the quality of the professional educations for the practitioner, as well as of course the next key will be the financial literacy among the Malaysian, right? So of course we have started with the educations, we have started with literacy. Of course that we also have also since evolved into research, whereby we actually collaborated with a number of universities to publish a fair number of research material. And in fact, one of those that we initiated this talk is the latest national findings 2024.
Yes, we'll come to that a little bit later. Yes.
Yep. So we have gone until today. I must say that we are well established. In fact, we have won a number of awards. To name a few, the latest last 3 years, we have won the GIFA, the Global Islamic Finance Award for the last 3 years. Yeah, that is the, in short, the sum up of overview of Malaysian Financial Planning Council. Yep.
Now, one of the key things is around the industry is, and looking back, this is one of the reasons why you were established in the first place. It is really about bringing professionalism to the industry. 20 or 30 years ago, it was a little bit of a cowboy industry. Obviously, organizations like yourself have brought a high degree of professionalism into the industry itself. Give us a sense of what the industry looks like in 2024. How many agents do you have or partners, and give us an idea of the landscape of the financial planning industry.
All right, thank you, Brian. Well, you started with a very interesting word called 20 years back. It's a bit like cowboy, Okay, maybe I can explain it in probably 3 to 4 levels of selling. One way of selling is product peddling. You're pushing products. Moving up to product peddling would be a product advisory, and of course, next to financial advisory will be financial planning. So what the MFPC is promoting is more financial planning. So in total, the Malaysian financial planning industry has about 49 financial planners and financial advisors firm in Malaysia as of August 2024. In terms of licensed financial planner, licensed financial advisor, we have about 1,600 as of August 2024. Now, having said that, with the 1,600 and 249 firms, it has since grown quite reasonably in the last recent years, I must say. But of course, in terms of the contributions, example, if you take the contributions of the planner promoting insurance premium, things like that, it is rather small. Isn't about 0.4% of the total life premium of the entire distribution channel in Malaysia in terms of life premium. So that is rather small. So what does it mean is that, but of course, the last recent year has seen a lot of encouraging development, which particularly I must say that both regulators, the Security Commission regulating the financial planner, the Bank Negara Malaysia regulating the financial advisor, they are very supportive in promoting this channel. Basically, this channel are the licensed financial practitioner who are expected to promote, who are expected to provide financial advisory way of selling rather than a product peddling. So that is, again, the overall sum up of the financial planning industry. As far as financial awareness is concerned, you and me know, 20 years ago, we were quite blurred when it comes to financial planning and educations as well as financial information. But I must say that because also a lot of effort by many players in the market like us, and also because of the advancement of technology, social media, the financial awareness, financial information, is just click a button. So I must say the financial awareness has also increased tremendously. And in line with that, I think it is considered quite a positive growth to push up the financial planning industry to the next level. Yep.
Now, what can I also ask then, in your space, the two types, and you talked about product pushing versus then real
Advisory.
financial planning. But we also can tier it a little differently because one of the things is many of your financial planners are fee-based. Some are not, have a hybrid. Some basically get their income from products. Give us a sense of how the industry has evolved today in 2024.
Good question. This is rather bit technical. Now, first of all, let's get a bit of understandings of who are those people when you talk about, say, financial planner who are fee-based. Fee-based means that they are providing a financial plan for the client with the fees to be levied on that. Given the analogy of simple analogy for most of us would understand for layman is that when we want to construct a house, we don't construct a house, right? Or maybe you want to construct a mansion or bungalow, right? You will first look for who? You look for an architect.
Correct.
An architect will actually draft up the entire design. You will tell the architect what you want. Architect will then look for main con, a contractor. So the architect is the financial plan. The financial planner is providing a financial architecture plan. And for that reasons, like an architect, there's levy of fees to the client, right? So this is purely on the financial a plan with the fees levied on it. But of course, at the same time, that after giving the plan, like an architect giving a plan to you for a bungalow, Brian, you won't see with the plan, because as long as you see the plan, you won't see the bungalow being materialized. So therefore, should there be any gaps of your financial goals that needed to be executed or needed to be fulfilled, then you will then ask maybe the same financial planner, can you advise me what is the investment products, what is the insurance products should I subscribe to in order to fulfill my financial goal? So overall, I must say that most of the financial planner and financial advisors are equipped with both. I must say, equipped with both commission-based product solutions model. Same time that the financial planner license, they are also being licensed to provide a fee base for the financial plan. But of course, that as far as involvement is concerned, it's all up to the client, say like you, whether you like to start off with a plan that, like an architect, give me a plan first before I move on to whether I want to look at my insurance, look at my investment, look at my retirement goal. So therefore, you would then give me a plan, then I pay for the plan about, say, maybe a few thousand, depends on the comprehensiveness of the plan. So overall, I must say that both models are operating in Malaysia. It's all depending on the client whether they want either one or they want maybe just a solution. I don't need a plan. Right now, Brian, I just want someone to tell me about my retirement and can you help me to analyze my retirement goal, my retirement gaps, and so that then what is the action plan for me to close the retirement gap? That's about all. That is just purely one pillar of financial plan needs that you don't need a big architecture plan. So they are both a commission product-based model blended with the fee-based model in Malaysia. But of course, at the end of the day, it's not up to the client. But the reality is that most of the client will go for just a solution without a plan, as far as my knowledge is concerned, because they may not see that I need to pay for the entire plan for a certain amount of fees, you know. But of course, it is still evolving. It is still developing, progressing. But I believe that with better awareness, I think more clients would realize the value and importance of having a plan first before you move on with the solutions. Yeah.
And this mirrors markets like Australia, for example, where basically the financial advisor, basically it's a fee-based thing, and then they add on top of stuff because you come up with your plan first, your goals, it's mapped, and then you add the products and services. So again, Malaysia, we are not used to paying for consulting, so that is also a challenge.
If I can interrupt, it is all about awareness. Yes, we talk about Australia, we talk about UK, US, the plan comes first. Somehow or other, the awareness, the acceptance, the level of educations to them is that I would prefer a plan first to see my entire holistic goals and financial status before I move on with my each individual financial goal and financial action plan. Yep, you're right. It's all about the level of maturity that our client has at now.
But Andy, in Malaysia today, we have a problem. We have a problem because as a result of redemptions from our EPF during COVID, a large chunk of the population is basically now ill-prepared for retirement. Now, you've done some research on this. You've got your national findings in 2024 on financial capability and utilization of financial advisory services. Talk to us about that, and also then how this EPF challenge is now facing a bulk of the population.
This is interesting, a bit burdening in terms of the current situation. Yes, I think personally, as well as MMPC, we have deliberated in length during the pandemic COVID, whether should the government allows, you know, a withdrawal from EPF, you know, to the extent that billions has been withdrawn out. Of course, that you can have both views, you know. But of course, our stand is that as far as EPF is concerned, it is meant for retirement, means it is meant for retirement. So it should not be touched under all circumstances. But how desperate some of those who need to withdraw is something that need to be worked out using another channel, using another avenue. So that's our stand. And for the reason, I think it does reflected in the national findings. The first thing is that the confidence level of the respondent towards the EPF being sufficient to fund their retirement has reduced quite a lot. The last report was, I think, 2019. 58% says that I'm confident my EPF alone is sufficient. But now 32% say that I'm confident. That but doesn't mean it has dropped by more than 26%, saying that I don't have confidence in my EPF. Likelihood is because of the substantial amount that has been withdrawn from their accounts, right? But of course, on the positive side of it, I tend to see the positive side is that if 32% now, reduced 32%, believe that the EPF is sufficient for their retirement, what does it mean? I need more or other resources of retirement funding. That also means that they'll then start looking for some other source of savings or investment to fund the retirement. So to me, that is a good sign, right?
But then again, Andy, one of the challenges is also this. Or the same study says that comprehension of the private retirement scheme has actually declined by 16%. So on one hand, as you're saying, hey, only 32% say is enough. But then on the other hand, from an education perspective and awareness, it's actually gone down. How are you as an industry and also the government kind of trying to solve this problem? Because this is a very big issue. It's a ticking time bomb.
Okay, this is a national issue. It's not only just an stakeholder issue. Yes, I think the awareness on the PRS, which is one of the a good alternative for retirement funding. The question asked exactly about the how's your knowledge about PRS. So the response was basically mentioned that a drop in percentage of them realizing that PRS is meant for everybody. And the respondent seems to be saying that they thought the PIS is only meant for government public employee. So that itself shows that the awareness of PIS isn't good enough. Yes, I must say that everybody has work to be done, right, Brian? Everyone has work to be done. It is a global, not global. I think global to some extent retirement is an issue because of aging. Back to Malaysia here, it is a national agenda. Yes. Second thing is that everyone has a role to play. MFPC has a role to play, of course, in terms of the education, things like that. But of course, as far as MFPC is concerned, what we can do between our jurisdictions and our resources, that first, the research material on this finding will be able to create awareness on the part of the rest of the stakeholders that we will be sharing the findings, that it is a good indicator that even though they know the EPF is not sufficient and they realize that they need to take an effort to look for other sources of retirement income, but at the same time that you look at it, PIS is actually, they're not too sure about PIS. Yes, so a lot of financial literacy need to be done, right? That is something that we are doing a lot. My Money and Me a program initiative is something that we have been doing a lot. And in fact, My Money and Me has been a household name as far as the financial literacy program is concerned. And we just started somewhere around May, roll out a My Money and Me guide, a simple guide, comprehensive guide that is meant for any layman to look at the guide and use the guide as a reference for them to plan for their not only retirement, the rest of the financial goal. But of course, that the financial practitioner, in this case, the planner, the wiser has a role to play. In terms of 1,600, if you ask personally, it is not sufficient. It is definitely more than many more thousand that is needed. So the whole industry is actually stakeholders is actually putting a lot of effort. In fact, last Saturday, MFPC was the lead organizer of this called Malaysia Financial Planning Day, in collaboration with the Security Commission, being held at the Security Commission auditorium, with about 1,005 undergraduate students and professionals attending the program, Malaysian Financial Planning Day. First objective was to promote the financial planning profession. Second objective is to promote financial planning literacy. So this is the second initiative that we're doing. Of course, that I think to jump a bit on the offerings, that we have a fair bit of number of collaboration with universities for information. And basically what we meant is that we tackle the financial literacy knowledge at a younger level before they come out to work and earn the first $1,000 or so. They would know how to at least save and invest the money rather than spending the money, right? So we actually work with university, about 28 universities that with MOU, of which our program are accredited with their business degree and finance degree. And we have set up financial planning club in universities. So that is how I must say these are the three. And of course that we also have a financial planning for professional literacy program for people like you, engineers, accountants. We have. So it's partly in collaboration with the SC, sponsored by SC. So what we can do, Brian, it is a small step, I must say, because this is a national agenda, if not global agenda. We are only one of the stakeholders, I must say. But of course, whatever we do, we would think that you will be able to impact a few steps, if not many steps, of towards elevating the financial literacy and the retirement. Of course, the back to retirement, very specific. We work with EPF very closely. All the EPF frontliners are basically certified by MFPC, being qualified in retirement financial planning for information. So they are actually doing a good job in that.
Can I ask you your view? Because
Yeah.
one of the key things is it's around improving financial literacy among the young and giving them different options as well. The take-up of robo-advisory services in Malaysia has been painfully small. I think according to your survey, it's only around 9%. What do you think the reasons are for that? And do you see that as a trend moving forward?
Good question. The robo-advisory, first of all, it is pretty new. It is something that we come across maybe the last few years. And of course, the last few years, because of pandemic, a lot of fintech, insurtech digitalization has somehow been elevated. First, it is pretty new. Second thing is that robo-advisory is merely a tool. TWL is a tool. It's a tool. It is not an advisory that is being provided by a planner or advisors. So
Correct.
it is not advisory services, right? It is a tool. So going forward, how do I see this digital tool progressing? Yes, there will be definitely demands, because as we move into the era of digitalization, that's first. That is something that no one can avoid it, right? Digitalization will enable the planner to perform even a more effective and more efficient job. So I will see the planner even being equipped with robo advisory tool to take it as a tool to help them in enhancing the client advisors to the client, because but it is complementing, I must say, it is complementing. But of course, some of those client, or rather customers, who are a bit more savvy, people like maybe us, who are a bit more savvy, the younger people who are a bit more savvy, who like to do DIY, then they may go to robo advisory. But bear in mind that robo advisory does not have the limitation. But an individual who just subscribe and make a decision through robo advisory, they may have some limitation, because that particular individual need to be knowledgeable before you
Yes,
can
and that's
apply
a
the tool.
big difference, isn't it? So
Yeah.
robo-advisory is really not targeted at those who are not financially literate. It's really quite targeted at those who are quite financially sophisticated in terms of their understanding of financial literacy and planning.
Basically, they will be moving forward. Those group of people who are more financially sophisticated will be increasing, Brian. I'm sure we would agree, because with the era of digitalization, with the era of knowledge, it's a knowledge-based economy now. With the era of social media, information is all within the click of a button. You will see a lot of young people engaging in financial program, and of course, even learning the trade of forex trading, learning the
Yes.
trade of Bitcoin trading, learning the trade of stock market analysis on their own. I just came across one person of my close young people who is learning forex trading. My advice to the person is that, good. I said good, because you're taking initiative to learn. But not too good is that you need to be mindful, give yourself a target, and what is the purpose of doing that. So there will be this category of young people who likes to be DIY, who like to be empowered, in my use of word, empowered, and they make decision on their own. And of course, that with that, there will be a market. Robo advisory will progress, will be escalating, definitely. But having said that, the advisory, the true blue advisory role by the planner and advisor will also play the part. In fact, they are one that is needed more, because not all are technically and financially savvy. And we still have a middle ground people, who are younger people, who needs to have that kind of value added advice that can only comes in with a financial planner, because it's a hybrid of what I say is that hybrid of high touch by human and high tech enabled by the digital. Yep.
Absolutely. Andy, I'm a believer of what you've just subscribed to. Really, it's a hybrid. The digital elements are tools to help the human to make better advisory decisions and also then take better advice. Now, Andy, it's been a fascinating conversation. I've actually learned a lot. I have to go back and do some research after you,
Yes, please.
because of some of the things that you have pointed out today. But before we leave, any final thoughts you'd like to leave the audience with?
Yes, definitely. To all the audience, and I assume that all the audience are basically financial consumer on their own. As much as I subscribe to financial planning, and I'm a consumer myself, right? I'm educated myself in financial planning. I would urge everyone individual to take charge of their financial journey, taking charge by way of learning the knowledge about financial planning on your own, and basically empower yourself. Be a smart consumer. Be a smart consumer also means that whatever financial decision that you're involved with a planner, with advisors, robo advisor, or this print channel that you engage with, you need to know what are you in. In order to know what you're in, you need to be knowledgeable. You need to ask. You need to seek out information. So be an empowered, smart financial consumer. To do that, you have to take the first step, which is you got to learn the trade on your, not the trade, learn the knowledge on your own. But of course, besides learning, you can collaborate with your planners, your advisors, even robo-advisor. You collaborate in terms of you're also learning from them. So be an empowered to be a smart consumer. That's my advice to everyone over here. And Financial Planning Council is ready to play the role to promote, to educate everyone who is prepared and ready to take charge of their financial goal.
Andy, thank you very much for taking your time to be on the show. It's just been a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Brian.
We've been speaking to Andy Ng Yen Heng. He's the president of the Malaysian Financial Planning Council, also known as MFPC. I'm Brian Fernandez, and you've been watching and listening to BizTech's Investor Conversation Show. This show will be on our website, www.biztech.asia, as well as our syndication partners, TV stations, radio stations, and websites. Thanks a lot for tuning in.